Rightio guys, it's going to do a quick how-to, just one way that I do my heads, just for a Euro mount, just skinning it off and the boarding process and then cleaning it up. So this was shot yesterday afternoon. One thing I thought I'd mention too is I see quite a few guys do shoot stags and they carry the whole head out including the bottom jaw. So what I like to do, which doesn't take that long to do on the field, is if you cut through this middle section here and take that bottom jaw out, you actually get rid of a lot of that extra meat and extra weight that you don't actually need. So that's been done. But yeah, so I'll just skin it off now and get started on the boarding process once I've skinned it off, eh? Okay, so now I've got my gas cooker set up. Put in a bucket full of water, tin bucket, you can use whatever really, copper's quite good. But yeah, here we go. Gas on. So get that cranking, bucket on. And in she goes. Airhead soup. Righty-ho. So what I'll do now is I'll just leave that for an hour or so, let it get boiling, and then as I need to I'll top it up. Yeah, so we'll catch up in an hour, eh? Okay, so it's been in about an hour and a half now. A lot of the skin on the face is cooked, so now's the time I like to just get in and scrape all that off, especially if you look in the middle of the skull here, this area here, you want to get all that surface skin off so it gets back to bare skull. So get into that, eh? Okay, so I've given a fairly decent scrape. It certainly needs longer yet to boil, but the process is underway. Got a lot of the front of the skull back to bone. Just need this back area to cook up, and I'll be able to get that off soon too. So I'll chuck it back in for about another hour, come back and check on it. Okay, back again, another hour and a half, lift it out. As you can see, she's starting to really clean up quite nice on the front there. So I'm going to get some of this, pop some of the eyes out, get a bit more of this head meat off, and yeah, chuck it back in a bit more. Quite niggly, the little bits right on the base of the skull here, but just get your knife in there and a bit of patience, comes off. Okay, so I've done that. I've got both the eyeballs out. There's not a lot of, there's just a bit of surface stuff there, but not a lot of meat actually in it now. So it's just sort of a little bit longer in the boiler, but the final part now, I chuck in some of this, get it from your hairdressers or whoever, but it's a peroxide, so it just helps with whitening the skull. Seems to work for me. I've tried it a few times now and pretty good success with it, so that's what I do. I just put a little dash in. Just helps it really bring it up nice and nice white. So as you can see, there's not a hell of a lot of meat left, just bits and pieces. I'll do the final boil off, and then yeah, I'll show you the next part. Alright, so it's been boiling now for about 45 minutes or so in the peroxide. There's not a hell of a lot of meat left on it. But now I'm just going to get the old water blaster out, give it a bit of a blat, and that dislodges a lot of that stubborn stuff, which is quite tricky to get off. So give it a go now, eh, and we'll be getting pretty close. Alright, and just like that, quick water blast, gets everything pretty much off. And yeah, you can see, as you can tell, it doesn't take long. It's relatively clean, nice and white. There's still a little bit of stuff up in the nose, but what I'll do is I'll do the next part in a minute. I'll put some of this on. I'll brush some of this on, leave it on the skull for about half an hour, just let it really whiten up, and then give it a quick rinse off. And yeah, should be looking pretty smart. Okay, so we've got the skull, bit of this peroxide, just pour it on. It's quite thick, like so, and then just a normal paintbrush, just paint it on. Try not to get any on the antlers because it does lighten them up. You want that nice dark look to stay, so just put it everywhere, all over the skull. Don't be afraid to use plenty. Get in all the little nooks and crannies, because they're the bits you're going to notice if they're not nice and white. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's on there now. Now what I'll do is I'll just sit on the lawn for half an hour, clean up the rest of the cooker and everything. That's all done with now. Let it sit on it, and I'll come back and show you the final part. Now the final part. Okay, so the peroxide's been sitting in the skull for about 30 minutes, and I can already see it's making it pretty nice and white. What I'm going to do now, just the hose, and just give it a rinse off. Tess, get out. Just rinse it all off. So, very easy. And there you are. It's done. So as you can see, she's fairly white. Come up pretty clean. Not much meat at all on it. And yeah, as you can see, it doesn't take too long to do it. Just on a Sunday afternoon. I started about 2 o'clock or something. It's now getting close to 6, but it's pretty easy. This boy was walking around pretty much yesterday afternoon about this time, so here he is, done, ready to hang on the wall. I do still leave him outside for a few days or a week, just to those finer little bits if there was something in there, bugs can clean it up. But yeah, other than that, that's just a good way I do it. So yeah, gas burner, get your little bucket or whatever you can, boil the water, strip the meat off. You can sort of tell as you're trying to cut it off how long it needs to be in there for. And then yeah, the hydrogen peroxide, boil it, take it out. Water blaster really cleans it up, and yeah, from there, pretty good, takes care of itself. Peroxide just gives it that nice white look, which is what you want, and then you can put on a piece of wood or whatever you want to put it on to mount it. So thanks for watching. I'm open to any suggestions or comments, but it's certainly the way. I've tried quite a few different ways over the years, and it's the one way that's worked for me. So good luck, eh? Happy hunting.